Hello. In this video, I'll be talking about different ability assessments, such as intelligence and aptitude tests. Before reading this chapter, I believe that the SAT was flawed. I never had the correct terminology for it to really explain why I believed it was flawed. I just really did. Back in high school when I took the SAT, I did not believe one test can tell me that if I have the ability to succeed. Now I understand that the SAT is a type of aptitude test. An aptitude and intelligence tests predict the potential of learning and development. So it will predict how well I will learn in a certain area. I'm still wondering and challenging myself to question why or how one test can do that and what questions can predict future learning experiences and future learning abilities. So I'm hoping that later on in the chapter we will learn that, or later on in the test in the class we'll learn that. So validity. Validity is when a test is measured, when a test measures what it's supposed to measure, when it actually does its purpose. For the SATs, there are many different subject areas, but for this case, let's just focus on reading and math. The SAT does test reading and math. In the math portions, there are math questions, and the reading portions, there are reading questions. So it's not trying to trick you in any way. But let's focus on the main purpose of the SAT, which was to predict success levels and learning potentials of a student. There are many factors that impact ability, one being student test anxiety levels, and the other being student reading levels. If the student doesn't understand, or if the student is way too stressed out to take the test, it's going to impact them badly and reflect their scores in a bad manner. Personally, I have friends who did not do well in the SATs, but when you look at their scores on other exams or in their classes and how they participate and how they understand and connect and do different learning, like there's different ways of testing learning potentials, I believe, and just taking one test doesn't make it valid. So reliability is when the test is consistent. I can say one thing about the SAT, that it is consistent. My scores, for example, were consistent. I took the SAT 3 times, and it was basically all three scores were around the same area. There wasn't one that was like a 300 and one that was like a 1400. It wasn't like that. It was all around the same area. The same as the FCAT as a child. I took the FCAT all throughout elementary school, middle school, and high school, except I ended at 10th grade. But all my scores were about the same. Every year it would be about 4s and 5s and 3s. More than 4s and 5s, but it would be around the same area. So to use a target example, the SAT and the FCAT are both aptitude tests, and the reliability of each was consistent, so they all would hit the middle or like the same area. It wouldn't just be scattered around. I'm still challenged of how an aptitude test can predict learning potentials. To me, learning potential should be seen through observations, not just one exam. But learning about the terms validity and reliability has now pushed my thinking into how realistic the success of the SAT really is, and as other exams such as FCAT. That's about it. Thank you.